much always find each other in brackets somehow or another.
You know, you'd think eventually one of them would just get tired. Like, they'd just get tired of doing the same thing.
5, okay. No. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't think either of them is going to lose this matchup outside of this region.
Yeah, so I was actually talking about that. Well, I mean, I could see Blea losing to, like, you know, like Westball or something. But
of course.
I'm
talking about, like, players at their skill level, not, like, top 10 in the world.
Yeah, but I was actually talking about, like a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week. I would actually love to see,
Usually, PorkChops wins, and he, at the current moment, he is up in sets over Blea, as of recent. So that's why he was seeded first over Blea.
Well, yeah, Clay definitely has the edge. Like, PorkChops has historically beaten Blea a lot. There's been times that Blea has, like, had the edge that he's, you know, that he beats PorkChops, but, like, yeah, for the most part, PorkChops has been pretty dominant over Blea over the last few years.
As for the actual set count, I have no idea.
Yeah, set count's like a billion to, like, yeah,
sure.
You know, it's definitely in the hundreds.
I mean, these guys play more than Plank and Hat.
Yeah.
And MDVA. If you guys know those Xanadu VODs from when you used to
yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's like, I don't know.
So,
but all right, so I was talking about this like a couple weeks ago. I would love to watch PorkChops play against, like, say, like a Bait or like Eddie Mexico. You know, like people that are like ranked higher than him, but like, you know, like he plays this matchup so much. Like I would. Yeah, that was sick.
I love everything about that.
I would honestly say at this point, like, Clay might be the most knowledgeable Falco versus Luigi in the world. Like, and by that same token, Blea is probably the most knowledgeable Luigi versus Falco in the world. And that's like rough for Blea, you know, like, because this is by most people's standards Luigi's worst matchup. You know, like, I think most people agree that, like, Luigi just really struggles versus Falco. Falco does a really good job of shutting down everything, like Luigi wants to do. Yeah, you know, his lasers, his tilts, like, you know, even down air, like, shuts down a lot of his crouch cancel options. It's like, what is Luigi supposed to do? Like, it's gotten to the point that Blea, like, pretty much, like, plays Marth as a secondary, to, you know, like plays Marth as a secondary. Yeah, pretty much just for Clay.
Just for
like,
Yoshi's story.
Yeah.
Against Clay. Because he was so tired of Clay getting a free game on Yoshi's.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, I don't know how well his Marth really does on Yoshi's story anymore. No. Like, yeah, I don't think it does that well. It is a very sick Marth, though. Yeah. It's a good misfire. Actually, probably saved his life there. Alright, another misfire, dude. This is
one of the
crazy.
things I always see Clay go for in this matchup is he always tries to wall out Blea. Like, it's always just little constant war of him trying to wall out Blea, keep him out of center stage, and force him to the side.
I think that was a technical error.
Technical error. But and Blea always just having that force to try to come in, you know, wave dash in, down smash.
Oh. So. I like that forward tilt a lot. I think he should have done more to threaten the ledge, but, you know, still keeps him in the corner, locks him out.
Is it more than Kira and Squid? Maybe. Honestly? Nah, probably not. But
what? What's more than Kira and Squid?
Do they play more than Kira and Squid? Probably not.
I have no idea. I mean, maybe. Like,
maybe.
They play... There was even, like, a point where PorkChops was showing up to FIU every week, too. And so, like, they would play, like, twice a week. And now like, you know, now that PPG could be, like, the new weekly down in...
Yep. And PorkChops knows him way too well. He's not going to fall for his little tricks.
Yeah, no, he has Blea super clean. But yeah, so now that PPG is, like, opening its store down in Miami, which is, like, right in Blea's neck of the woods, and PorkChops, of course, being sponsored by PPG, if PPG starts hosting the weeklies there, then we could easily see Blea versus PorkChops winners and grand finals twice a week.
I mean, we said that about this tournament, but this is loser semis, so you never know.
So,
ooh, oh my! If that would have hit, that'd have been really good.
Oh, I just realized. All right, so this is loser semis. So this is actually a best of 3. She just keeps jabbing.
Is it really?
Yeah. So, which is why Blea didn't go to FD. So actually, we will not see Yoshi's story in this set because Blea will ban it.
Or FD.
Yeah. Or FD, which is why they're on your
Luigi
Dreamland.
Luigi does have a chin grab on Falco.
Yeah, and just very easy follow-ups in general. At least on FD. Ooh, the down smash train coming in! Yo, look at this combo. Oh my god! Alright, that was sick. If he'd landed that fair, that would have been amazing. But it wasn't quite enough. And now Blea is off stage. Yeah.
No jump? No jump. That's it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much the strategy right there. Like, you just, like, when Luigi's that far down, you just hold ledge. And, like, just keep refreshing ledge invincibility. There's not really much Luigi can do. If he lands on stage, then you can pretty much get, like, a double dip or, like, back air, reset the edge guard. So, sick little chop. I always think it's so funny when Luigi just, like, lands a chop, dude. Such a goofy move. And he just, like, karate chops you, dude. Like, would you, like, if you looked at Luigi, this, like, little Italian green plumber, would you expect him to karate chop you?
I mean, I wouldn't really expect anybody to karate chop me.
Yeah, I would never.
In all fairness.
Honestly, yeah, I wouldn't. I feel like that just, like, doesn't happen, you know? Like, I never see anyone karate chop anyone.
Anyways, so, in this tournament match, we're just gonna calmly ignore the fact that PorkChops is out of stock.
Yeah, so Smart Fireball manages to get back to the ledge because of it. And rack up a tiny little bit of damage.
This is where I love to see this little part of the game. Like, there's so much adaptation happening between both players because they know each other so well, and trying to mix it up is hard. But you can see that Blea's starting to read this laser pattern that PorkChops is taking, and he's starting to punish him really hard for it. Like right there, he knew.
Power shield there.
He knew PorkChops was not going to move after that first laser because of the pattern he was putting on.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see, like, PorkChops trying to adapt and changing his pattern, throwing out a few more raw aerials, and Blea just, like, calling him out, just being like, nah, I'm in your head. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And see there, he goes, changes it again, and now he's got it. So it's so cool to see two players that know each other so well adapting in such rapid form.
I know. But so this is what I actually like to see. Clay's really good about this versus Floyd. Like, we often call him, like, the spacey slayer, but, like, I actually think he's, like, really good about doing, like, oh my god, that was sick.
He knew. He knew.
Kind of like Falco's combo game on floaties, I feel like is a lot like pseudo combos, where it's like you're not really comboing them, like it's not a true combo, but you just put them in such a disadvantaged state that, like, there's not really much they can do to escape your pressure. And we saw that last stock, you know, where he just, like, kept hitting Blea. Like, it wasn't like Blea, like, couldn't do anything, but oh, I love that bear actually. That's like one of Clay's, like, cute little ways to get off of a ledge. Like, he'll drop down shine turnaround bear, and if, like, your opponent is, if his opponent is in the air, then it'll actually, like, anti-air them and he gets back on. So Clay bring it to the back. Look at him go.
We've seen him have some clutch endings before.
Oh no! That could be it.
No. That is a tech flub, if I've ever seen a tech flub.
Yeah, I think he was going for forward smash, which I think actually would have connected in that situation. You know.
He got the laser, so yeah.
Yeah, he got the laser. But here we go, game 3. So
and this is a best of 3.
Yeah, best of 3. We've never seen them play a best of 3. What's the best of 3 meta here? Blea doesn't even know. What do you ban?
He bans Yoshi's.
Well, you ban Yoshi's. All right, but then where does Clay go?
Either back to Dreamland? Yeah. Yep. That's what I thought.
Really? I'm actually a little bit surprised by this.
He always does this.
Does he?
He, like...
Is this like a pride thing?
He just takes it back. I don't know. If you have, like... I've watched, like, probably 19... Out of the 19 sets I've commentated with this, it's probably all 19 of them. If Clay loses on Battlefield or Dreamland, he takes them right back.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would trust you. I don't know, like, why though? Like, wouldn't?
I mean, I don't think any other stages provide such a significant advantage over taking him back, and
really, because I would definitely think Pokemon.
And I wouldn't say so, because I mean, maybe with transformations, but a neutral stage with only 2 platforms, it'd be kind of like.
No, I think the neutral stage is fine because like Luigi can't really like get past the lasers. Like Luigi doesn't have any real means of navigating them. You know, like what is he supposed to do?
I mean, with no top platform, it's pretty easy to get like follow-ups off down smash and stuff.
I guess. You know, I guess it's like, you know, pseudo FD, right?
Oh, no.
We got the spike hitbox. He didn't want to get that.
I guarantee you, every time Blea ever gets a spike hitbox is not intentional.
Not every time, but most of
He
the time.
reacts to it, but Yager himself has said that it is not intentional.
But see, alright, so he just got that follow-up there, and like that's a follow-up that couldn't happen on Pokemon. Like a Pokemon, you know, they basically just reset to neutral. And instead, like on Dreamland, he gets the stock. You know, I don't know. I'm not convinced. I am not convinced, Mickey Mouse.
Clay also is a very adaptive player by nature.
I mean, they're both very adaptive, but you know, like, I agree with that. That they are both very adaptive players. But like they've played each other so many times that like, what are you really gonna adapt to anymore?
I'm not sure, but he always does this. I think I've seen him take him back to FD once. It's usually when he loses in a lax stock situation and like it's really close. I guess he just feels like he can do it and just takes him right back.
Yeah, you know, I suppose that makes sense, like to some extent. I guess like, you know, over the course of their record, like playing, like, what's one loss really gonna matter? Because like they play all the time, man. It's like if you lose one, you just all right. You're gonna see him next week.
Next
you know?
week or next Monday, tomorrow,
Yeah.
whatever. Next weekly.
So, you know, I guess that sort of makes sense. It's just like, all right, you know, like, yeah, that argument of like, it's not really about the win. It's more like about like, all right, what am I gonna do differently on this game on Dreamland that I didn't do the last game? Oh, the forward throw tech trap. That's actually really smart.
And speaking of which, so far he knew.
Oh yeah,
What do you think-
Blea knew.
What do you think he has been doing differently this game that he now has a lead?
You know, honestly, I feel like it's a little bit like Blea is not converting as hard. But I also feel like, you know, he's doing much better. Like, and he sort of started doing this in like the last half of the last match. Just doing a much better job, like walling Blea out, like not approaching, you know, getting him with those lasers, just keeping him in the corner, and mixing up his laser timing so that Blea can't get, you know, sick stuff like wave dash in, power shield nair, you know.
Well, he went for the double hit down B or cyclone, and that would confirm into quite a big hit.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tech chase. Ooh, but he drops it.
Ooh, that was a little bit scary actually. I don't know if I
think
could.
that's it.
Oh no. Okay. All right. I thought he was gonna go for. I thought he was gonna go for the bomb. So just like Clay, you're a madman.
Oh!
Clay, what were you thinking? Of course he was gonna go for that.
Sorry. Only 55%. This is very doable for both sides.
This is okay, but that's it. Shine back air. That's it. Clay wins. Way to go, Clay.
Well, he took him back and it worked.
All right. So losers finals is gonna be PorkChops versus